55 from the committee's interview with FBI employee Roy Demlow, who...
They trying to play with our top, y'all. Right in our face.
I wanted to introduce into the record page 55 from the committee's interview with page 55 from the committee's interview which took place on July 17, 2023.
Shalom, TikTok. If you're curious to why all these people have black eyes, it's because they put a parasite called Vril, V-R-I-L, into their eye, and it wormed their way in and controls their host body now.
Vril. They come up from underground different spots all over the world. There's a 1 to 1.5 foot tall one. That's the Vril type 1.
The type 1s are covered in different diamond-shaped scales.
Welcome back to the coolest channel on YouTube. Yo, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, share these videos with your friends and your family. Look, don't believe nothing you see on these videos until you do go out here and do your own research. But look, man, if you're going through a tough time, just know that we're going through this thing called life together. Good vibes only. Look, man, y'all don't want to miss this video right here. This shit is crazy. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. This joint is crazy. I surprised myself with this one, but just pay attention, man. Don't skip nothing, because y'all know how these things is gonna line up. You feel me? But look, man, y'all sit back, relax, and let me know what y'all think, man. We're going. This is one of those ones. But yo, let's get it, man. Let's get this video to like 20,000 likes, though. Good vibes.
We're talking about an inevitable threat that is very real today. And this threat is not Mr. Putin. Americans and all living beings on our planet have at the most 5 to 7 years of relatively peaceful life left. In just 10 years, there'll be no one left on our planet. The cause of this will not be a third world war, but the escalating climate catastrophes that nobody is telling you about. But some of you are already experiencing it right now. Well, today we will tell you about them.
Right now, we will name the territories and specific countries that will be destroyed by the natural disasters sooner than others. Dear Americans, if you work, collaborate with, or your business depends on these countries, reconsider your relationship with them, no matter how advantageous they may seem. The first countries that will cease to exist in the next 5 to 7 years are Japan, China, India, Italy, the United Kingdom, and the countries in the Arabian Peninsula. This is due to the geological structure of these territories and their vulnerability to climate disasters. All other countries will survive a little longer, but ultimately, they will face the same fate.
So what is actually happening to our planet?
It's due to the exposure to the planetary-wide cosmic influence, which is intensifying severe natural disasters on the planet.
How long will this cosmic influence that's causing these horrifying consequences on Earth? What should we expect here?
Expect global catastrophic changes. Such a picture has never been observed in the past, and this is a fact.
There are two possible solutions in the world, the implementation of which will ensure our survival and the survival of our loved ones.
This information was first disclosed at the online conference, Global Crisis, America at the Crossroads 2024. How to save your life and the lives of your loved ones. Watch at creativesociety.com.
I'm not trying to scare you, so please don't be scared. But you better be concerned. Why do you think all the rich people are leaving Britain? It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. The way that we're living right now, in the next few years, we won't be able to live this way. Things are changing for the worst. Now, by all means, this is not financial advice, but don't buy no houses, don't buy no land, don't set up shop, get out while you still can. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. Scientists are saying in the next 20 years, almost half of America will be underwater. Oh my days. As you know, the floods have already started in California, and it's expected to get worse and worse. Some people are saying it's weather modification, it's HARP, cloud seeding, a pole shift, and some people are saying it's natural. Whatever it is, it's not looking good, bruv. They've even got mudslides and mud floods. Absolute devastation. And it's just the beginning. Apparently, it's gonna get worse.
Just to speak about that, the flood action, like, that's nothing to play with. Think about it, man. Like, what's happened to like villages and stuff, what's happened in the past in 1800s, you know, when they flooded places, what happened to the people. And just recently, a couple months ago in another country, you know, the dam broke and nobody in that city survived. You got to think the power and destruction of water, but it's crazy. Let's keep going though. Keep that in mind if you're thinking that you Michael Phelps or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Let's be real.
Earthquake hit Jamaica today.
Oh, God.
That's an earthquake?
Yes, earthquake this man. Yo, right on, for real, no. Earthquake like this yet. Yeah, man. Yeah, this one is what it. Yo, I dance, music, I dance. Yo.
NASA. So here's the thing. NASA is the World Intelligence Agency. Everyone reports to them. FBI, CIA, KGB, CCP. Well, why would they lie about the shape of the Earth? What difference does it make? NASA was created right after Project High Jump, when Admiral Byrd flew out in Antarctica. On the other side of the South Pole, he found land bigger than the United States, filled with resources. Look at that. From Middle America, he would be in where South Africa is, or where Australia is. And another continent the size of the United States that no one has ever seen or set foot upon? What does that mean? What if he went from Middle America over what they call Antarctica and then found another continent out here?
And that would destroy our whole worldview of reality.
Now, what if there's other civilizations here? What if these are where the controllers of the world live? Okay? What if...
I'm getting chills right now.
Because the reality, your soul is going, yes, listen, right? Get rid of your programmed mind. People don't realize, well, Russia would have ratted us out and this and that. They're all in it together. Everything that you know is a lie. The United Nations map, Flat Earth map, International Maritime Organization, Flat Earth map, World Meteorological Organization, Flat Earth map, International Civil Aviation Organization. These are the things that control the world. Why do they all have Flat Earth maps?
Well, I don't know, artistically, maybe they couldn't.
Artistically? Is that your explanation? Now, let me ask you a question. If this is where we live, would you call this the outer space?
Sure.
What is it? More land? Extra territory? Extra terra?
Extraterrestrials.
Extraterrestrials from where?
Outer space.
Bingo. So why does it matter? Then when you understand that we're actually at the center of creation, this place was built for us, and we have natural law which says that nobody can take our free will away. Once you understand that nobody has control over you, you take your power back. You stop feeding this beast system that we're in. Globers think they know everything, but they don't know anything. And it's only for those that are willing to look and understand and see why it matters that get it. You know, once you get it, you can't unget it. You know?
I wonder though, like, check this out. I'm not saying do this. You know how everybody was like, yeah, we're going to storm Area 51. Look, nigga, I ain't saying that at all. But look, imagine if everybody got in their boats, came to the conclusion, look, we're gonna go past, you know, We're gonna sell what we want to sell. Pass this line right here and see what's on the other side. What do y'all think would happen? Y'all think that they would? Mind you, like, I think that we'd be streaming this shit so the whole world could see. Like, if we got millions and millions of boats, they can't destroy everything, man. And if they do, then that's going to be a real telltale sign. Do we have treaties with extraterrestrials that's on the other side that we just can't go out there? Or is it the ruling class? That's for y'all. Y'all let me know in the comments down below. What do y'all think? Does it make sense to you? Is the math mathing, or, you know, or it's trash to you? Let me know in the comments down below.
2 ice walls. Because there's one around us, and then it's laying on that side of the ice wall, and our other brothers and sisters that's on the other side of the ice wall, they got an ice wall around them too. And then there's more of us on the other side of that one. That's our true planet map. And where we at, we on one landmass surrounded by water. That's why I told niggas, you ain't gotta fly nowhere to get to Africa, Europe. You can reach Spain on land. You can reach the Congo from right here in America with 3 motherfucking Ks, nigga. On foot, nigga, if you wanted to. You ain't gotta cross no water. Them are lives to keep you from the cosmic you. You the creator, you God.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sandra Bookman.
And I'm Joe Torres. We begin with the breaking news about Hillary Clinton's death.
This video shows Clinton leaving early, and as she tries stepping into her van, she wobbles and slumps. Secret Service agents and aides quickly grab her and hold her up. 2 law enforcement sources telling CNN she appeared to faint. Then, Clinton taken to her daughter Chelsea's apartment, 3 miles away.
Taken to the apartment.
More than an hour later, Clinton emerged smiling, even taking a picture with a young girl before climbing into her motorcade and heading home. Her campaign says she was even playing with her 2 grandkids inside. Yet hours later, her doctor revealed the 68-year-old was diagnosed with pneumonia 2 days earlier.
Get some water.
After an evaluation for her prolonged cough.
In preparation for this interview, I watched a lot of your interviews, and I noticed you never sweat, like physically.
You guys are the first to realize that I'm really not even a human being. I was constructed in a garage in Palo Alto a very long time ago. People think that, you know, Bill Gates and Steve Jobs, they created it.
They don't even know.
Oh, no. I mean, a man whose name shall remain nameless created me in his garage.
They didn't went and switch batteries and shit. That's what they did. Said she got arrested.
You to your followers.
First and foremost, a journalist can't disclose his sources by law, so I'm not going to burn a source. I believe your client has actually invoked that privilege as well, if I'm not mistaken. I'm an investigative journalist, and I am protected by the First Amendment to not reveal my source, number 1. Number 2, this exact story is widely reported across many different outlets across the world.
Where did you get it from?
I just told you.
From who? Can you name a source? Any source?
I'm not going to name my sources. Absolutely not.
You said it was.
Don't put me out of business.
It was widely reported where?
Across many different media outlets across the world.
Can you name some of them?
No, I can't. I don't have the list here in my head. I didn't know you were going to ask me, but you're free to research it yourself.
Well, your source for Hillary Clinton's execution.
Warning, this video contains graphic details concerning the Hillary Clinton sex tape and the horrific acts she committed against a young girl. The footage found on Anthony Weiner's laptop caused some of the most hardened NYPD officers to weep, vomit, and seek psychological help.
They didn't look at a fraction of the emails on Anthony Weiner's laptop.
So who is Anthony Weiner again? You know, this guy. And this guy. Things seem to be going pretty great for Anthony. A congressman himself, he was married to Huma Abedin, an American political staffer who was vice chair of Hillary Clinton's 2016 campaign for president of the United States. Abedin seemed to be a sure thing for a Clinton White House. Of course, that was before police began to investigate her husband Anthony, who was ultimately sentenced to 21 months in federal prison for an illicit online contact with a 15-year-old girl. During its investigation, the FBI found over 15,000 emails on a private email server of Hillary Clinton's. Here's the document showing the seizure of the laptop.
So one of the things, if I were the president, I'd do is demand the Anthony Weiner laptop and get it to the most trusted person in the military to take apart everything on it and then start using it. There's a lot that can be prosecuted, I have no doubt, on that laptop.
So what all was found on this laptop? Well, the NYPD source says that the Weiner laptop has enough evidence to put Hillary away for life. It said that these emails include evidence linking Clinton herself and associates to money laundering, child exploitation, sex crimes with minors, perjury, pay to play through the Clinton Foundation, obstruction of justice, and other felony crimes. It's worth noting that this is not the first time the Clintons have been tied to crimes involving exploitation of children. Remember Laura Silsby, who was convicted of child trafficking? And how about this guy? You know, this guy and this guy. Internet sleuths discovered apparent evidence of pedophile code words being used in emails from John Podesta released by WikiLeaks. This was in November of 2016. Hillary Rodham Clinton, just when we think it can't get any worse with some of these corruptions we've heard about her, apparently there was a hidden file on Weiner's laptop with a video in it entitled Insurance Policy. Understand, this is no longer a conspiracy. There were a total of 12 individuals who saw this video, and 9 of those 12 people are dead now.
What the hell's going on here?
So far this year, there have been 9 NYPD suicides, 7 since June. Last year, there were a total of 4.
The video is described as pure evil. According to QAnon, the infamous White House insider, President Trump's recent announcement that he is going after high-profile sex offenders is directly related to this video. Now, this is my final warning before I go into detail describing this video. The bad video is of Hillary, Huma, and a little girl. They are terrorizing the child. They filleted the child's face off while she was alive and put it on their faces to further terrorize the child. They were deliberately causing the child's body to release adrenochrome into the bloodstream so they could drink the blood when they bled her out in the satanic ritual sacrifice. This was what caused grown men to become extremely sick, and many needed to seek out psychological help after viewing it. The perpetrators all need to be hung by the neck until dead. These are very psychologically messed up murderers, vile, demented, and soulless demons. Multiple sources within the FBI and NYPD have confirmed the existence of this tape. And then, of course, recently, there's this.
In fact, I heard that the New York police officers who saw some of it, even though they're hardened investigators, literally had to go throw up. It's bad.
Because of Wienergate and the sexting scandal, the NYPD started investigating it. Through a subpoena, through a warrant, they searched his laptop and sure enough found those 650,000 emails. They found way more stuff than just the more information pertaining to the inappropriate sexting the guy was doing. They found State Department emails. They found a lot of other really damning criminal information, including money laundering, including the fact that Hillary went to this sex island with convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. Bill Clinton went there more than 20 times. Hillary Clinton went there at least 6 times. The amount of garbage that they found in these emails of criminal activity by Hillary, by her immediate circle, and even by other Democratic members of Congress was so disgusting. They gave it to the FBI, and they said, we're going to go public with this if you don't reopen the investigation, if you don't do the right thing with timely indictments. NYPD was the first one to look at that laptop. Weiner and Huma Abedin, his wife, the closest advisor of Hillary Clinton for 20 years, have both flipped. And Huma Abedin, his wife, the closest advisor of Hillary Clinton for 20 years, have both flipped. Okay, they are cooperating.
Think about that though, like, Think about that. Yeah. That shit get deep, right? Why they keep bringing up pizza, and then you see why, you know, in the last video, if y'all didn't catch it, when Trump was talking about, I think I put that clip in a couple videos because it just, I gotta keep reminding y'all, you know, why would he keep saying these things to these different politicians and stuff? Why would he say that Hillary is responsible for the kids missing in Haiti and stuff like that, the children that she's taking? It's a reason why they don't want Trump around. He's been dropping dimes on everybody. You feel me? So it is what it is, though. But look, we're going to get back into this video. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments down below. Go do your own research before you believe anything. But, you know, is the mathing? Oh, yeah. Why they cover up his face? You know, I played that before, but check this out. Like, what brought something to my attention is, like, what is a response when if something was to happen like that to somebody? Say they're choking on some food, or they croaking out, right? Or having a heart attack. Do you cover their face with a napkin? Is that your first response? Y'all let me know in the comments down below. Be crazy. Keep watching, though.
We repeat, or we say right off the bat, we have not confirmed this through any other source. Stop. We are now getting a correction. We will not give you that story. It was regarding some other tragic news involving President Bush.
You've been here for years. And if I ever went anywhere, we'd know why. You understand what I'm saying? The devil controls me, but he can't hold me. God controls me. Life has shown me that God is the only. The real and the phony. The phony will call me. Just watch how they close me. They look at me, show me. I'm here with my homies. I'm here with my families. I'm not here to Grammy. I'm back in the building. I'm here with my children. You know it's a feeling. You know it's a feeling. You know it's a feeling. Yeah, that's that feeling. Yeah, that's that feeling.
See, they didn't went and got the other kind. They ain't got the other yay, man. He was down there suffering. They was doing experiments on him, going through some shit. Now they like, hey, you can come up. This other nigga up here tripping. So come on, man, get your shit together. Come on. And that's what they did. That's what I think. How y'all feel? Keep watching.
Is Joe Biden actually a clone? There is a theory that the real Joe Biden actually passed away in 2019, and the person who currently holds the position of president is an imposter. Well, you see, people have started noticing major differences in the ears, nose, and chin of Joe Biden, past and present. Furthermore, his voice and mannerisms have also changed. Here are some videos of what's been going on. In the card game Illuminati, which has been known to predict major world events, there is an imposter card which shows a character resembling Joe Biden wearing a mask. Could it be possible that the elites are using an imposter to push their agenda? And
that card game has been true a lot. Like
Back
a lot.
in 2005 was Joe Biden telling America something.
Our constitutional journey did not stop then, and it must not stop now, Judge. And we'll be faced with equally consequential decisions in the 21st century. Can a microscopic tag be implanted in a person's body to track his every movement? There's actual discussion about that. You will rule on that, mark my words, before your tenure is over. Can brain scans be used to determine whether a person is inclined toward criminality or violent behavior? You will rule on that. And Judge, I need to know whether you will be a justice who believes that the constitutional journey must continue to speak to these consequential decisions, or that we've gone far enough in protecting against government intrusion into our autonomy, into the most personal decisions we make. Judge, that's why this is a critical moment.
Introducing Ectolife, the world's first artificial womb facility, powered entirely by renewable energy. Ectolife allows infertile couple to conceive a baby and become the true biological parents of their own offspring. It's a perfect solution for women who had their uterus surgically removed due to cancer or other complications. With Ectolife, premature births and C-sections will be a thing of the past. Ectolife is designed to help countries that are suffering from severe population decline, including Japan, Bulgaria, South Korea, and many others. The facility features 75 highly equipped
client there. They will beat the hell out of your clone, and it hurts just like real life, right? And they can turn it up to the pain threshold on a remote control. They have everything down, and people are scared to talk about this because of the lizard aspect and the fact they can just keep cloning you and torturing you and torturing you and torturing you. New body, new body, new body, because they make multiples of people. Some people are grown in the tank with deformities, and they just scrap those ones, throw them in the chipper. But the other ones, they keep them for backup bodies until they wear out the first one. Sex-wise, I'm not trying to be vulgar or anything, they do a lot of vulgar stuff there. They can also, if they apply a constant electronic current to your clone, you will have an aneurysm. If you're younger, it'll take a little bit longer with the electric current, but you will have an aneurysm. That's what happened to Tila Tequila. She doesn't want to say that, though. The thing is, Tila Tequila was threatened not to talk about it. She was helping me for a minute. Are you familiar with Tila Tequila?
I've had her on the show, and in fact, I was just discussing her this morning with James Wright, who's exposing the Freemasons, and he said that he wanted to meet up with her and compare war stories and stuff like that, so I just introduced them this morning, as it turns out.
Well, Tila has a clone running at the Clone Center, and she pretty much sold it out for her shot at love thing. She doesn't want me to discuss the nefarious deeds that she's done at the cloning station, including to me, and I'm not really going to, because that's her business and all right, but...
We're here to honor Joe Swanson for pulling my poor one-eyed cat Bootsy out of the old stovepipe of my grandmother's cabin. Joe Swanson won the Special People's Decathlon, and we're here to honor him.
Interview with FBI.
Y'all really pay attention to this clip right here. Like, we're leading you here. Like, I'm just showing y'all what the hell going on. Y'all just let me know what y'all feel about this shit right here, though. Check this out. Check this creepy shit out.
I just have some administrative matters first. I wanted to introduce into the record page 55 from the committee's interview with FBI employee Roya Demlow, who
they trying to play with our top, y'all. Right in our face.
First, I wanted to introduce into the record page 55 from the committee's interview with page 55 from the committee's interview which took place on July 17, 2023. In that, which took place on July 17, 2023. In that, we're to leave this interview and we're to suggest or imply that when you said the laptop was real, that it meant that the FBI had affirmatively determined in October 2020 that the laptop belonged to Hunter Biden. We're to leave this interview and we're to suggest or imply that when you said the laptop was real, that it meant that the FBI had affirmatively determined in October 2020 that the laptop belonged to Hunter Biden. Would they be representing what you said, correct? Answer by Ms. Demlow. They would be representing what I said because I don't have much knowledge of that. They would be misrepresenting what I said because I don't have much knowledge of that.
What y'all think? What y'all think? Just let me know. That's not normal. Look, I've been on planes and stuff like that, right? With the with the young people that I see write the, you know, the scripts and stuff like that for these people, but you know, they don't sit there and mouth it, and they don't actually be at the press conferences sitting behind them. They don't, none of that. Y'all just let me know how y'all feel about that. Is that weird to y'all? Because a lot of people, you know, it's gonna be some people trying to justify that as just, this is such a, nah. Sit your ass down.
What is it when they create it?
Just like Mitch McConnell. Remember what happened to Mitch McConnell, Mr. Mitch, before he got touched by the witch? When he was up there, and as soon as she touched him, he froze up. You remember the one press conference? Mitch was sitting there, he was saying some shit, and the dude with his hands gestures and stuff behind him, and Mitch seen it, he straightened up. I'm just saying, let's get back to it though. Y'all know what I'm talking about. My real ones that's been rocking with me best and been seeing these videos, y'all.
Human.
Y'all know.
Cloning? Yes, cloning. He says, John, what do you know about cloning? And I said, nothing. I mean, this was so far out to me. And he said, just let me tell you, it's all real and it's all happening. And this is from Cecil McLean's, a guy who's so down to earth, who worked on the SR-71, who did a lot of stuff, you know, and he would never, ever come out with something so unusual.
We have both seen the film that was taken out of the Dulce facility. Why would somebody make pictures like this showing the creation of some sort of alien being? And this is a facility that's run by the United States government. I mean, with your tax monies.
Yeah, I've heard Hamilton talked about the Dulce facility, and I've also heard about, you know, genetic engineering programs at Area 51.
Yeah, there's no question that Dulce exists. You know, I was the one that kind of led the research on that. I was at a meeting in Crestone, Colorado, and Tom Adams handed me a letter from a lady who lives in Las Vegas, and she was the one that tipped us off that this thing existed. So I talked to her, and she knew the location of some photos and videotape that had been taken inside Dulce by a guard who escaped during what they call the Dulce Wars of 1979.
Engineering.
450,000 years ago they arrived, and about 200,000 years ago, according to the text, not me, they started genetically tinkering with human beings, saying they were adding their essence to them to get us to do the labor for them. So around 200,000 years ago, they started tinkering with us, and there's a famous cylinder scroll and with some text at the British Museum with Isis, the goddess Isis, who was one of the original Sumerian pantheon, not Egyptian, Sumerian, and she's holding up a baby, and she says, the first Adamu, which means first man, my hands have created it.
Remember that. The technology's always been around.
Shalom, TikTok. If you're curious to why all these people have black eyes, it's because they put a parasite called Vril, V-R-I-L, into their eye, and it wormed their way in and controls their host body now. So these people that you see with these black eyes like this, they're being controlled by aliens, aka fallen angels, aka demons kind of. But when you see these people, know that that's not these people inside these bodies anymore. These are the fallen angels. Can we give them a big warm welcome? And man, they are sneaky. They are sneaky. They are professional actors and liars. So y'all get ready.
You remember what they said like a few videos back? They said, what are we? We're just vessels, really. Well, they're inhabitants, pretty much, y'all. So look, this is gonna lead y'all to somewhere. Let me know if y'all made it to this part of the video. Now this is about to get crazy. Now brace yourselves and let me know how y'all feel about it. I'm not saying, look, just go out here and do your own research, but they've been showing us this shit right in front of our faces. And let's watch.
Lizard inside this man.
Ya, será te vomita. Será te vomita. Dale que viene. Dale que viene. la cabeza, caballero. Tiren toda la fotografía, no me dan la cabeza.
You gotta really be going through some shit to let somebody put their dirty ass hands in your mouth like that. You know, so y'all let me know. Look, just keep watching.
Vril. They come up from underground different spots all over the world. There's a 1 to 1.5 foot tall one. That's the Vril type 1.
The type 1s are covered in different diamond-shaped scales. Vril type 1s are real dumb. Little dragons, those are the Vril type 1. These lizards have a unique biological property of their body.
The lizards have what's called a proboscis.
It's an ejectable brain and spinal column.
The small ones they use to drone people because the proboscis on young lizard type 1s, they're small enough to go into an eye and not ruin the eye.
This top cap thing on the top of their head comes out. They can do this once in their life. It pulls their spinal column along with it. The humans would have to be restrained or unconscious.
The thing swiggles in through the eye. It does a spiral around the optic nerve all the way to a certain point, and it's driven there by taste. And they said once it gets there, it has the taste of butterscotch. It then starts what they call mimic control. The spinal cord stuff comes out of the spinal cord, and it's everything that the lizard is. The lizard's whole body is dead, and it can't go back in. It's one way.
The juice that's in the spinal cord gets excreted over the tip of this thing. They're parasitic cells. The parasitic cells go into the brain.
The old person's consciousness is gone. The body is absolutely, totally dominated, and the lizard is smarter as a human. Over time, it'll develop a rash, it'll lose its hair.
And they're actually deficient. They're dumber than the original person.
And they mimic human behavior, and it knows that its life is dependent on it mimicking human behavior, so it does really well. Even with other animals, it's smart enough to instinctually mimic the animal's behavior. The drones of 100 years ago erased any existence of these Vril lizards from like Egyptian carvings on walls. They would smash them, or books that had anything in them about them, they would burn them.
Remember, hey, don't that remind y'all of what? Like the Body Snatchers, what's that movie with Usher? The Faculty, shit, I'm about to show y'all some more too. Watch this. Remember this Steve Reeves called The Strain? Look. Remember, like this wasn't a vampire that a bite you and turn you into a vampire, right? It would release these little worms, and they would get into your skin, and they would transform you into one of them. And this is what he had to do to keep himself looking human. After the parasite took him over as well, you lose your humanity, everything else like that. And look, this is what he did.
Get it out!
See, he tried to get the worm out his eye. It would hit you in the face and it try to go on your skin. Boom. Come on now.
They're using tools now. Not just tools. A distraction.
What are you doing? Wait for us. You gonna tell me what we're doing down here? It's cutting our power. That didn't stop it. I didn't hit it in the head.
Eva, I need some rest. Thank you guys for breakfast. Eva. I don't know how many times I have to tell you I'm fine.
You need a doctor, Mr.
No, I need some fresh air, not more goddamn tea. Ron's gonna clear this up.
No, I don't think that's a good idea.
I don't think I asked you.
Oh, God! What's the matter? What?
There's something in my eye! Do you see it? What is it?
Nothing.
Okay, that's super helpful.
You gotta get the fuck up out of there. I ain't even going. One thing I disagree with her, like how she left though, like fuck them clothes. Like I'm out. Like it ain't no grabbing no clothes. How y'all feel about that? Y'all gone or y'all grabbing clothes? I ain't grabbing nothing. I'm gone. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm out. But look, yo, that shit gets interesting out here in these streets, man. Just think about it, man. Look, these worms, these parasites have been put into every type of situation, every movie, man. Like every genre of movie, I would say, pretty much. You know, you just gotta look for it. You gotta watch it. You gotta see what's going on around you. And like they said, look, they put everything in our faces so they can say that they told us, because it's what part of, you know, natural law or something like that. They gotta tell us. They just can't take our free will and whoop whoop whoop. Think about it. They gotta put it there in your face. But it's crazy, man. Is that what's gonna cause the zombie apocalypse or the next outbreak? What? You know, this video hit a little different. I gotta sit down. I'm gonna rewatch this one again, y'all. I ain't even gonna hold you, man. Just let me know where y'all tracking on this one and how you feel about it in the comments down below. Make sure you don't believe anything you see on these videos. Make sure you go out here and do your own damn research, you know what I'm saying? And we come back as a collective, as a people, you know what I'm saying? One, you know what I'm saying? We tribed up. Let me know in the comments down below how y'all feel. And also, I'm gonna be dropping a number because I'm gonna be dropping exclusive merch, and it's just gonna be for y'all. I don't know how many pieces I'm gonna get, but I'm getting them specially made, you know what I'm saying? Made by me. You know, but I'm working with somebody that's helping me put this together. I just don't want a product that everybody else. I don't want it just a hoodie, you know. So it's gonna be something like this. If I have something like this and I put it out, how many of y'all really want it? Because y'all been asking in the comments, but I'm gonna put out a number and I'm gonna get a list of people that want these so I can know just about how many and what sizes to make for y'all. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Look, these gonna be exclusive, but look, I appreciate y'all. And like I always say, man, spread love because there's too much hate in this world. Love you guys. I see you on the next video. And I'm out though. Live.